So, Sony just dropped their trailer for their latest Spider-Man, non-Spider-Man starring movie, Madame Web, from the Sony's Spider-Man universe, the SSU, formerly known as the Sony Pictures Universe of Marvel Characters, SPUMC. Seemingly working hard to keep the state of the superhero movie genre in the year 2003.
I thought I heard someone say something, spider. I thought it was Henry.
You know you're a fucking mumbling, stuttering little fuck. You know that?
No, I thought you said I was all right, Spider. So.
No, you ain't all right, Spider. You got a lot of fucking problems.
No, I thought you said you were all right, Spider.
I am all right. You ain't all right, you little fucking prick. Dance! Yahoo, you motherfucker! Dance, you little prick. Now he's moving.
Not since Barbenheimer and Morbius before it has the internet collectively band together in such unison to share their thoughts, critiques, and of course, memes. I watched the trailer and had the same indifferent reaction as most people. But reading the YouTube comments section had me in absolute stitches. Today we're not going to react to the trailer, but rather read the YouTube comment section that are good, bad, and a lot of in between. This isn't meant to be a takedown of the trailer itself, but rather share some frustrations from the fans and general movie public about the current state of the superhero movie genre. Now, if I was a movie executive, I'd pump the brakes on all superhero movies before they fall away like the Western and musical genres before it. If there was a gun to my head and I was contractually obliged to release an SPUMC movie, there are just a couple of small, simple tweaks I would make. Number 1. Bring a dump truck of money to Andrew Garfield's mansion and apologize for the first couple Amazing Spider-Man movies.
Oh! They drove a dump truck full of money up to my house. I'm not made of stone.
If Andrew's too busy, reach out to Tobey Maguire and apologize for Spider-Man 3 and 4. Number 2. Stop assuming the audience are morons. One of the first lessons of screenwriting is to show, don't tell. So when you have awkward dialogue like this,
he was in the Amazon with my mom when she was researching spiders right before she died.
It leaves a bad taste in audiences' mouths, even if they aren't cognizant of it. Number 3. There is a reason why James Gunn's Guardians of the Galaxy movies are so universally loved, and it starts with interesting, flawed characters, as well as an engaging story in which they grow from. Number 4. Enough with origin stories and finales with giant fucking energy beams going in the sky. We're fucking sick of it. It's enough. Trust me. Spider-Man. Kuga, I'm not even gonna pronounce the rest of that username, says, this will truly be one of the movies of all time, a worthy success to Morbius. Coprophagia Teratosis says, I like it when she sees the future and still makes the film. Silver Shadow 02 says, adapting established stories, costumes, characters, and creating natural dialogue that communicates hopeful and positive messages is hard. Well, you know, sometimes it is, I guess. Mitter Spanman 557 says, can't believe she gets the movie before characters that are actually relevant. I mean, that's pretty hard to argue with. Vote Mike says, I haven't seen a film with multiple spider people in for at least a few months. Glad to see they're reviving the classic ideas. Bad Baby Bear 1 says, the in association with Marvel is like when the weird uncle shows up to Thanksgiving dinner and everyone tries to act like it's not awkward. I mean, we all have that Uncle Darren who gets drunk at the wedding and keeps hollering long after it's not funny.
Airplane man.
Blackbean7864 says, ah yes, Madame Web. The person who is in a chase and fight scenes with so many spider people. We've seen her old, blind, and disabled but wise, cunning and confident. So we always wanted to see actions of her young, dumb, and confused. Said no comics fun ever. I really like that, which brings me to the next comment. Sidering says, should have Helen Mirren as an actual old Madame Web. And I personally think they had a really cool opportunity where they could have brought her in and you could have had both the young and the old story told through flashbacks. Helen Mirren would chew the scenery and it would probably be a much better movie. Lord knows DC hasn't done Helen Mirren any favors.
I'm putting an end to this.
Unfortunately, I don't think that's what they're going for, but if it ever gets a sequel, maybe it's a route they could take. There's a good chance Dakota Johnson ends up disabled by the end of this movie anyway. Here's a positive note from Gales5680. Interestingly, I've only been exposed to the concept of Madame Web from one of the Spider-Man games, Shattered Dimensions, which also introduced me to Noir and 2099 Spider-Man. Fun times. It's also great to see other Spider-Woman characters showing up. Most of the Spider-Man variations stem from Peter variants or Miles being introduced along with new Spider-Verse characters. Here's one from Doom Studios. Thank you, Sony, for once again condensing the entire movie into a 3-minute trailer that saves my 10-minute trip to the movie theater. This one's hard to argue with, and just watching the trailer alone, I have some light speculations, so if you want to skip what I think is going to happen in the movie, just check the time code below and move ahead. Number 1, Dakota Johnson gets powers. Number 2, bad guy beats up Dakota Johnson. Number 3, Dakota Johnson meets the other Spider-Women that are somehow connected. Number 4, they don't get along and split up. Number 5, they get along, realize they have to work together to beat the bad guy. Number 6, they beat the bad guy, Dakota Johnson gets revenge against him, and then they set up for a sequel that's never gonna happen. Here we're gonna play a game of will this line be in the movie? Defecate and Defy says, I love the part where she says, what does that make us? Some kind of Spider-Woman? That line will definitely be in the movie. Finally, Mauricio Martinez, 8260 says, I love the part when they said, we are in this web together, or when they said, we are Madame Web at the end of the movie. This is going to be epic. I do think we are in this web together will definitely be in the movie. Will Sony ever learn from their mistakes? They've made some great movies in the past, and if they could tap into that creativity rather than mandate trends that are behind the times, the possibilities are endless. In the meantime, if you're looking for a spider fix before Kraven or Madame Web drops, here are just a couple of projects I can personally recommend to get your fix in the meantime. Spider-Man, the first animated series. This has a banger of a theme song and is great if you don't mind reused animation.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man, does whatever a spider can.
Spider-Man, the Japanese live-action series. Spider-Man has a giant mech and he also has guns. He absolutely annihilates a hippie robot band. Need I say more? Spider-Man, the 90s animated show. It's a huge reason why people my age are a fan of Spider-Man, and it drew a lot of inspiration from the comics at the time. Like the original animated series before it, has another banger of a theme song. Spider-Man. For a lot of people, Tobey Maguire will always be their OG favorite Spider-Man, and Marvel owns a lot of their cinematic success to this movie to this day. Spider-Man, the new animated series. This came out after the first movie and is created by Vancouver's Mainframe Studios. It was done with 3D animation as well as cel shading, which gave it a really cool comic book look. Peter Parker was voiced by Neil Patrick Harris.
If you want to know the secret of being, you will come with us.
And the show itself is just criminally underrated. It again has a banger of a theme song. Spider-Man 2. This took everything from the first film and refined it. It features amazing practical effects mixed with CGI, as well as a great performance from Alfred Molina. Spider-Man 2, the video game. This game made swinging fun, similar to how Grand Theft Auto made open traversal fun. Insomniac owes a lot of their debt from the current games to this. You might want to kill the kid who keeps losing his fucking balloon by the end of it, though.
Oh no, my balloon!
Oh, sorry, a safe balloon. Yeah, I can do that for 90 hero points, right? You got the hero points. I got your back.
I lost my balloon!
I know, I can't find you. Stop freaking out. I popped the balloon.
Oh, my balloon.
Take that, kid, for wasting Spooderman's time.
Spider-Man XXX. Captain America Civil War. This is when Tommy H made his first appearance, back when people cared.
Underoos!
Spider-Man Homecoming. It's better than the Andrew Garfield movies, thanks to Marvel's helping hand.
You walk through those doors, you forget any of this happened. And don't you ever interfere with my business again.
Avengers Infinity War.
I don't feel so good.
Marvel's Spider-Man, the video game. This was the next evolution in Spider-Man video gaming. It makes you actually feel like Spider-Man, just like the Batman Arkham games did before it, and is an easy recommendation to both fans and casual ones alike. Avengers Endgame. For a lot of people, this is when they fall off the Marvel train, and for good reason. After this, Marvel would quickly descend into a seemingly rudderless direction.
There's no way we can restore the grid if we don't get that flash drive to the tower.
But how are you gonna get through all of them?
Don't worry. Girls get it done.
Spider-Man Far From Home. Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales. This took everything great about its predecessor and refined them. Also, the setting of having the game around Christmas time is just a fun time. It's also leaner than its predecessor, so if you don't like super long games like me, it's absolutely chef's kiss. Spider-Man No Way Home. Spider-Man Across the Universe. If you enjoyed this great animated flick, don't look too deeply into the overtime done by the crew. Marvel Spider-Man 2. This is another great game that doesn't quite capture the magic of the original, but if you're a Venom fan like me, it's a true love letter to the character. I did find the pacing a bit off as it jumped from Act 2 or 3, but otherwise it's a great game with maybe a bit too many tedious boss battles.
Order's up! How are they eating so fast? Don't keep them waiting, move!
That's it. Hope you guys like this. Hit like and subscribe to be up to date with the latest stuff. Check out Talk Show. It's my docu-series. In the last episode, we learned the story of 180 different rescued animals. Just click that. I'll catch you next time. My name has been Matt Enright.
Feels like his bones are all shattered.
Hey, don't get me upset now. I'll make a big fucking thing out of it, Spidey, you little prick. You're trying to make me think what the fuck I did here. It's an accident. Fuck it.